Ilia Malinin gave a historic roll, but it was as if he was not noticed, but the Japanese won the gold with serious mistakes. What is this? The World Championships in Saitama was a happy one for Japan. 2 gold medals in women's singles and pair skating, and 1 more was in question. The showdown in men's singles was fierce. Russian-American Ilia Malinin claimed a crazy content of 6 quads, including a quadruple axel, and did not hit the dirt in the face, but it was not enough to win. It was as if the judges had not noticed his historic roll, simply robbing the student Rafael Harutunian. Somehow, the Korean with only 2 quads and the Japanese with serious mistakes were higher. Shoma Uno took home the 3rd highest award, defending his title and becoming a 2-time World Championship winner. Yoonghwan Cha had another roller for life. The opening salcho was so confidently executed that not one judge would dare give less than a +4 go for the element. Surprising unanimity, but truly deserved. Cha may be slightly behind his main competitors in base value because of 2 quadruplets, but this time he played everything back with ease with a quality execution. And the James Bond image sat chicly on the Korean. Probably his best performance of his career. It's nice that Yoonghwan is able to play every musical accent, which makes the program look like a whole. His 196.39 points per roll and a cosmic total of 296.03 points are new personal records for Chai. And most importantly, it is the first ever World Cup medal for South Korea in the men's singles. Ilia Malinin planned to kill everyone with unreal content. The American prepared 6 quadruple jumps for the World Championships. Unfortunately, he almost lost to the Korean with his technique. The reason was that many of the quads, including the unique axle, were performed by Malinin with non-ideal excursions. The current refereeing system does not spare even the smallest flaws, and the basic cost of a quad, of course, does not correspond to the actual effort. No one else in the world can twist that leap. And it turns out that Cha scored more with a perfect salcho. ISU just has to rethink its attitude toward difficulty. Otherwise the figure will continue to stagnate. Ilia was undercorrected on 2 luts and a flip, so the technical score dropped by 7 points after the revision. Nothing to say about the components, the skater does not have anything between jumps. His attempts at choreography begin somewhere near the end of the free skating, when the jumps are over. 188.06 points was obviously not the result that Malinin had hoped for. Fans were shocked by the scores they saw. After all, the Russian-American did 6 quads and a wild triple lutz, triple axel cascade in the final as well. But the mathematics of the figure is very complicated, it is dissonant with the feelings of the audience. Only bronze is taken away by Ilia from Saitama. But he has everything ahead of him. He is only 18 years old. There is no doubt that by the 2026 Olympics in Italy he will be the main favorite. Shoma Uno had a slight advantage over the other competitors after the short program. The Japanese skater could not do anything at all in the morning training, so he had to defend the title of world champion on the strength of his will. Not surprisingly, Uno could not perform all the planned content. He got part of his jumps cut for not doing enough twists and dirty exits. He had only 2 of his 3 stunts left, he had 1 4-to-lupe 1 single toe. The high base saved the day. Any way you slice it, but 5 quads, Shoma overcame. And components, of course. Traditionally soft Japanese slip and Bach classics, plus international prestige, 196.51 points and 2nd consecutive victory in the World Championships. Uno equaled his legendary compatriot Yuzuru Hanyu on that score, too. Spaniard Javier Fernandez and Stefan Lambiel of Switzerland also have 2 World Championship titles under their belt. The men's tournament in Saitama turned out really fiery. Lots of great moves that can and should be rewatched. Despite the tough judging discussions, the final 3 were absolutely logical and fair. Too bad there are only 3 spots on the podium. At least Amos and Brown would not have looked superfluous on it, American figure skater Ilia Malinin commented on the bronze medal at the World Championships. "I'm satisfied with the way it went. A big thank you to everyone involved in this tournament for making the World Championships happen. My content in the free program is a big risk. It is always very difficult to take. Sometimes it's justified, but sometimes it's worth taking less risk and focusing on a clean ride. I think next season it will be good to put a little more emphasis on that purity. With so many quad jumps, it's harder to control the second grade. Some fans like the jumps, but next season I'm going to work on making sure all the spectators like my skating. I'm glad I got everything I've been preparing for today. I've been working really hard the last 2 weeks. Well, it was a great World Championship, thanks to everyone, and my opponents first of all. At this World Championships, I realized several things for myself. First of all, it doesn't matter how the training goes. A perfect training session does not mean anything. And falls on them are not fatal. Of course, it's nice when things work out, but more important is how you feel right before you go out on the ice in competition. Second, it's not always worth the risk. Sometimes the risk is not worth it. Sometimes it's smarter not to play big, and to bet on clean rolls with less content. Yes, I'm proud of the points I got for my quadruple axel today, thanks to the judges. That means a lot to me. But yeah, looking back, maybe all that risk wasn't worth it. And obviously, I need to work on my second grade. The problem is that after difficult jumps, I don't really get to immediately switch to working with a spectator. Yes, I like to jump, but next year I want to concentrate on the second grade, on working with the audience, said Malinin. Japanese skater Shoma Uno commented on winning the World Championships. Yes, there were mistakes, but I'm happy, just happy today. If you look at my career, I've had similar moments before. There have been injuries, just bad performances, and I've had support from my family before, and now my coaching team. They're the best, thanks to them. If it wasn't for them, none of this would have happened today. Of course, I myself enjoy watching the aortic tear rolls when an athlete leaves himself on the ice. The audience always likes that. But I've been competing so much, and I know that when you come to compete, you need to control your head and emotions. At some point I decided that I have to go out on the ice with a cool head and skate as if it's just a practice. And that's why my skating lacked emotion. I've watched my performance at the Grand Prix final and I didn't like it. Yes, it was well done, but I wasn't able to reach people's hearts. And that is exactly what I want. Yes, the results are great, I don't regret my victories. But now I'm thinking about what kind of skater I want to be in the future. I'm very happy that I won the gold medal at the World Championships. My skating turned out better than I expected. Especially the free program, Uno said. Ilia Malinin came up to me after I skated the short program and said he was concerned about my injury, encouraged me and said I would do well. So we're good friends, even though we're competing against each other, Uno said.